DoorDash is now offering effectively the ability for users to take out a loan in order to buy a burrito. They've teamed up with Klarna, who will charge DoorDash users no interest. They will charge late fees before, I think, 30 days. Kind of the specifics are a little bit up in the air. Just 30,000 foot view, Brandon. What does this say about the American people and their relationship with their own finances that some people think it's a good business idea to get DoorDash effectively on layaway?
Well, this is the epitome of the rich keep getting richer. Okay. So the people who are rich and wealthy, they understand that if you give a person the idea that they can pay over time, many people are going to miss their payment. So therefore, you're going to make more money on fees. But also people that can't afford it, if they can prolong the payment, they do it in the cell phone companies already, where they can prolong your payment with no interest. The thing is that majority of people are going to miss a payment. They're going to get a ton of fees. And then people are going to begin to buy things that they can't afford because they can prolong the payment over time. So the rich people and the marketing people of DoorDash are absolutely genius. They're going to have an increase in sales. However, the people who can't afford to pay it up front can't afford it anyway. And to be honest, you can just get up and go to the grocery store instead of prolonging a payment with a fee on it. Because last time I checked, and we overuse DoorDash in my family for sure, but last time I checked, there's fees and carrier fees, and they'll try to kill you if you don't give them a tip. And so why would you think it makes sense as a regular person to say, I can't afford to get anything delivered, but yet I'm going to do it anyway over a short amount of payments? I think it's the epitome of how people are not good with money, or they're not smart with their money. And the country, for the middle class people, are going to go into a tremendous amount of debt and end up paying so many more fees than they should have. And that's just that's what capitalism is. The thing is that you got to be smarter than that, and you'll be the one making money versus the one losing money.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people, especially on the internet, that are like, "Oh, we shouldn't allow this." And I think I'm not sure if you'd agree, but let me know if you don't. But it should be legal to do, and I hope just people don't do it. Right? You don't need to necessarily outlaw something for people to not participate in it. Right? Is that
Well,
fair?
no, this is capitalism. Okay. If you
Yeah.
are too lazy, or you want to buy back your time, whichever one it is, and you decide to use a service where you don't have to go to the store to do it, that's what we do with our family. I don't have time to waste in the grocery store anymore. Time is money for me. So I would love to give somebody an opportunity, a job, to go and pick groceries and give them a tip on the back end. However, you got to think of it both ways. We're not making you do it. If you don't have the money, you should be reasonable as an adult to say, I'm just going to drive to the grocery store, pick my own groceries. But the thing is, you shouldn't ban stupidity. I mean, if you want to be dumb enough to buy a Louis Vuitton bag and you can't afford it, that's on you. You have to be smart enough. And you know what? It helps people because they have to learn a lesson. Be better with your finances, or you're going to go into debt. Okay. So we shouldn't try to handicap people. The Lord has given us free will. So we need to give people free will in capitalism and let them make their own mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. I wish you could ban stupidity, but you're right. You just can't.